Okay, now starting with this particular question, it says that find k if the number of values of x that satisfy the equation x square minus 16x plus 55 modulus is equal to k is 3. Now, if we understand the question, there is a quadratic which is given inside this modulus. That means inside this modulus, we know that it could be positive value or it could be a negative value. So if we take this as positive value, so the quadratic will have x square minus 16x plus 55 is equal to k. Similarly, if it's negative value, then it will be x square minus 16x plus 55 is equal to k. That means in simple words, x square minus 16x plus 55k is equal to minus k. Minus goes to the other side, right? So that means the redefined or simplified quadratic is x square minus 16x plus 55k plus 55 plus k is equal to 0. So if we understand, that's a quadratic on one of the right hand side. Similarly, this can be written as x square minus 16x plus 55 minus k is equal to 0. So these are the two quadratics given to us, this one and this one, according to the question, right? This is the simplified form of the question which is given to us. Now, if we know that generally a quadratic will have two equations or two solutions which we have, right? In this quadratic, let's say there are the solutions are alpha 1 beta 1. Generally there are two, let's say alpha 1 beta 1, and a solution for the quadratic 2, that is alpha 2 beta 2, right? These are two solutions for the first quadratic, and these are the two solutions for the second quadratic. Now there are four solutions here: alpha 1 beta 1, alpha 2 beta 2, but the question says that the solutions have to be 3. Now that's an important point. If the solution has to be 3, we can understand that one of the quadratic, both the solutions are equal to each other. Can we understand like this? Both the solutions should be equal, then only alpha 1 beta 1 and alpha 2 beta 2, they are same. That means there will be three solutions in that case. Now, how can this be possible? Alpha 2 is equal to beta 2. That means we can say that both the roots are equal. We know that discriminant should be equal to 0, right? Discriminant is equal to 0. That means d value, if we understand, d value for a quadratic should be definitely has to be equal to 0 in order to get the solutions, that is 3, right? Alpha 1 beta 1, and out of alpha 2 beta 2, both are equal. That means there will be 3 solutions in this scenario. That means discriminant is given to us. That means it is equal to 0. Now let's solve. If we understood this part, that discriminant is 0, let's take this in this quadratic. Discriminant is 0. Now what's a discriminant formula? We know that it is b square minus 4ac, that is equal to 0. Now let's start solving and see to it. Let's substitute b square minus 4ac is equal to 0 for this second quadratic given to us. So what is b square? That is minus 16 square minus 4 times a. How much is a? That is 1 times c, that is 55 plus k is equal to 0. Now we have one equation here and k could be easily found out. Now we are quite closer to the correct answer. Now taking 16 square to the other side. So minus into 4 into 1, that is minus 4 times 55 plus k is equal to 16 square goes to the left hand side. So it will be minus 16 times 16. So minus minus gets cancelled. 4 gets cancelled. What we are left is now 55 plus k is equal to 4 into 16, that is 64. Now at what value of k? We know that k should be nothing else but 64 minus 55, that is 9. So at 9, if k is equal to 9, the discriminant for this given quadratic, that is second quadratic, that comes out to be 0. And when you substitute k in the first quadratic, there you will be getting two solutions, that is alpha 1 beta 1. And for second quadratic, you will get just one solution, that is alpha 2 is equal to beta 2. In that case, you'll have exactly three solutions, which is given to you. That means the value of k, when taken as 9, it will give you the answer. Option C is the correct answer here. I hope you got the understanding, right? We understood the question carefully, found out what is the absolute value. It's one time positive, one time negative, and then just figure out that how can the solutions be three. And that's the only possibility. That means discriminant of one of the quadratic, that has to be equal to 0, and then use that fundamental to find out the answer. I hope the understanding is quite clear and how we have solved. Let's now understand the next question.